Video number 50 for violin and viola players, and in this video we're going to learn a new kind of note. I need you to be open up in your book to page number 22, and we're going to be looking at half notes. All right, so what we have learned so far, we have learned quarter notes. That was the first thing we learned, and then we took those quarter notes and we made them into 2/8 notes. And 1/8 notes were twice as fast as quarter notes, or half as long, whichever way you want to think about it, okay? Well, a half note's going to do the exact opposite. A half note is going to be twice as long as a quarter note. So first we took the quarter note, and then we divided it up into two parts, and each 1/8 note got half a beat. Now we're going to take the quarter note, and instead of dividing it up, we're going to combine two of them, add them together, and then we get what's called a half note. A half note looks very similar to a quarter note, but it's not colored in. It still has the stem, and some of them you might see the stem going down that way. Okay, it's the same thing, all right? So when we did this, we used our whole bow, one whole beat, one whole bow. When we did these, half a beat, half a bow. So think about this, a half note, we're already using the whole bow. What do we need to do? We need to move our arm slower now, okay? So we can fit both beats into one bow, okay? So let me show you what quarter notes look like. And yes, of course, I'm going to turn the metronome on. I'm going to make it have just quarter notes, okay? So these are quarter notes here. Listen to my metronome. I'm going to turn a little bit slower. If you want to know, I am playing at the speed of 66. Okay? Here's 4 quarter notes. Watch. I use my whole bow, right? I'm playing open D. Now when I do a half note, I need to go twice as slow because I can only use the whole bow. So I've got to go twice as slow. So watch me do 4 quarter notes and then 2 half notes. Watch, here's 4 quarter notes. Pull, push, then slow bow, slow bow. After 1 count, I want to be midway through the bow so I still have enough room for the other note. This is a mistake people make. Watch this. Quarter notes. What happened there? I didn't save my bow, and so the first beat sounded good and the second beat sounded all crunchy and gross. Why? Because I only had this much bow left for a whole beat. So I've got to slow my bow down. Watch again. Quarter notes, full bow, now twice as so. Slow bow, okay? A half note gets 2 beats. Think about this, how many 1/8 notes would fit in 1 half note? 2 quarter notes fit in 1 half note. So how many 1/8 notes? 1, 2, 3, 4 1/8 notes. And yes, you guessed it, it is called a half note because it gets half of a measure if you're in 4/4 time. That's only true for 4/4 time because in 4/4 time we have 4 quarter notes, 8 1/8 notes, and only 2 half notes, okay? Beat 1 and 2, beat 3 and 4. That's it. That's all it is, okay? So now, let's try to do number 77. And what I want you first to do, this is going to be a little strange, but I want you to bow in the air with me like this, okay? I'm going to stand back here a little so you can see it all. I want you to bow in the air with me. And yes, we're going to turn the metronome on, okay? And watch. Bow in the air. Just down, up, down, up. This is 77. Ready, and go. Quarter, 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 quarter. Slow bow. Half note. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half note. Rest. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow bow. Slow bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, slow bow, rest, rest, okay? The reason I had you do that in the air is because you would very likely realize, oh, that you run out of bow, you're gonna run out of bow. If you didn't go slow, you had to do this. So you gotta make sure you're going slow bow, okay? So if you were down here on the floor, you might wanna try that again, all right? If you did it right, go ahead and play with me now on open D, 77 on open D, with the bow lift and the repeat. And 1, 2, open D and go. Pull, push, pull. Now slow bow, slow bow, slow bow. Pull, push. Slow bow, rest, lift, repeat. Slow bow, slow bow. Slow bow, rest, rest. Okay, let's go on to 78. And I want you to do it once with me when you shadow bow, and then do it again and play with me, okay? So remember, shadow bowing, we flip our bow upside down, put it under here, and we do all the fingers, okay? So when I'm playing number 78, I'm moving my fingers, okay? Shadow bow, 78, so you can hear how it's supposed to sound, and you don't hear your mistakes to mess you up further. All right, here we go. Shadow bow with me. 1, 2, your shadow bowing, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. F sharp, half note, E, half note. 1, 2, rest, lift, repeat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, off. Okay, you might have noticed that I started counting eighth notes, and in fact, I'm going to now put eighth notes on the metronome. The reason is, remember how I mentioned that there are 4 eighth notes in 1 half note. I want you to hear that and make sure you're doing that correctly. Make sure you're hearing 1 te, 2 te for a half note. The reason is the last note of the song, very often with the last note of a song, if it's a long note like a half note, some people will play it too long, but other people will play it too short. So in the last note, we're going to go 1 te, 2 te, off on 3. Stop the note right on beat 3. 1 te, 2 te, off. Okay? Now let's try playing 78. And I've got our eighth notes on again. 1 te, 2 te, 78, play now. 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4 te, 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4 te, 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4, 1 te, 2 te, off and lift, repeat. 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, 4 te, 1 te, 2 te, 1 te, 2 te, off. Okay, don't let that note be too long or too short. Okay, now, what I need you to do before you do your next video, I need you to practice 78 to where you don't miss any notes at all. You might need to work on just measure 3 a lot, okay? D straight to F sharp messes the people up. Some people mess up in measure 1 because there are 3 Ds before going on to E. But practice 78 before you're ready to be ready for video 51, because we're going to do a 78 is we're going to play it in the next video and then play it fast and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and like super fast, okay? Like twice as fast as what you just did. All right, we're going to get up to 120 something, okay? So practice 78 so you can be ready for your next video. I'm sorry, yeah, 78 so you can be ready for your next video.